Morning.
Welcome to the morning show.
Yeah.
The Big Show with Glenn and Angel on Kiss 92.
Good morning.
Sometimes getting out of bed in the morning is a lot to deal with all at once.
All right, it's GMD Day. Good morning, Doctor Day. And today we have a gastroenterologist with us from Mount Elizabeth Hospital, Dr. Tan Poh Seng. Welcome, Dr. Tan.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Dr. Tan. Today we're speaking about something very interesting about fatty liver disease.
Wait. Hold on.
What?
You're a gastroenterologist. How
Yeah.
come we're talking about liver? Shouldn't we be talking about like the colon and, you know,
Gastritis
it's like
and stuff like this, yeah.
you know?
Okay, so I think that's one thing that most people, they don't really realize. Gastroenterologists, we also look after the liver. In fact, it's one big part of our training. So we take care of the digestive tract, the stomach and the colon. Mm-hmm. We also look after the liver, which is actually a very important organ for our human bodies. Right? So it does like 400-500 functions for us.
400 to 500 functions,
yes,
my goodness.
right.
Okay.
Wow, so it's all connected, huh?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So tell us a little bit more about fatty liver disease. I mean, is it a common thing here in Singapore?
Fatty liver disease is actually a very common condition in Singapore as well as in the world. It's estimated about 30 to 40% of Singaporeans actually may have fatty liver disease. Now, to understand what fatty liver disease is, first we need to know that a normal liver contains less than 5% of fat.
Okay.
But liver, just like our human body, it can gain fat. So when someone's liver starts to accumulate more than 5% fat, then that's when doctors would diagnose this person as having fatty liver disease.
Okay.
So can skinny people have fatty liver?
Yes, they can. In fact, about 20% of people with fatty liver disease, they are actually not overweight. And the reason is because sometimes we do not see the inner fat. All right, some of us, we gain weight and we gain a lot of fat around our belly, but there are also this fat called the visceral
fat, yeah.
which you can't see when you just look at the person. You actually need to do a body scan to see the visceral fat. Yeah.
So is fatty liver considered visceral fat?
It is a visceral fat.
It is a
Yes,
visceral
it's
fat. Okay.
Yeah.
And like what Glenn said, the opposite of what Glenn said, like he says, can skinny people have fatty liver? On the flip side, do all obese people have fatty liver?
Not all obese people would have fatty liver, but they are at risk. So it's estimated about maybe up to 70% of people who are overweight, they would have fatty liver disease. Other risk factors for fatty liver disease would include diabetes, people with hypertension, people with high cholesterol. So these are what we call the metabolic risk factors for a person to develop fatty liver disease.
Okay.
And for this group of people, we actually have a very fancy name for this type of fatty liver disease. Doctors, we call it metabolic dysfunction associated steatotic liver disease. Okay, so doctors, we like to have fancy names for all these conditions, but to put it simply, is fatty liver disease.
Okay, all right, okay.
Should we be singing the song Wonder, Wonder, Wonder? No. So can it be reversed? That's my next question. Can fatty liver
become
be reversed?
skinny?
So it depends at what stage doctors have diagnosed the fatty liver disease. So basically, if a person has fatty liver disease and is still in early stage, the liver has not been badly damaged, it has not become hardened, then we can reverse the fatty liver. Basically, this person just need to lose that visceral fat in the liver.
Okay.
Wow, okay.
All right. Okay. All right, let's continue to talk to Dr. Tan on The Big Show TV. Meantime, here's Odelia Terza with TV Show on Kiss 92. All right. If you are watching us right now, if you have any questions for Dr. Tan, you may send them in, please.
Absolutely, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook. Now, you were talking about hardening. If it's not hardened, you can, sort of reverse that. What hardens, the fat or the liver?
It's actually the liver that turns hard. So basically what happens is a liver is actually quite an organ that can tolerate a lot of damage. But after a long period of time, you're talking about usually years, 5, 10, 15 years, if this person has fatty liver, the liver would damage the liver to such an extent that it will start to form a lot of scar tissues. And the person will lose some of the normal liver cells. And scar tissues are hard, they do not function at all. And when patient has a lot of scar tissues, we term it liver hardening, or medically we call it liver cirrhosis. So the risk of liver failure, liver cancer, that all goes up when the person has liver cirrhosis.
I remember growing up, I heard that my grandfather passed away of liver cirrhosis. And at the time, it was always associated with people who drank alcohol. But he wasn't a drinker. So is it... I mean, can you tell me a little bit more about that? Like, is it always related to people who drink a lot of alcohol, or can
We
people
are asking
who don't?
on behalf of everybody who drinks.
Okay, so I think that's a very good question. Now, there are actually a few common causes of liver damage and that can lead to liver hardening. Actually, in our grandparents' time, I think the number one cause will be hepatitis B virus.
Oh,
okay,
right.
so about 4 to 5% of people in that generation actually have hepatitis B virus, which can reside in the liver silently and damage the liver over 20, 30, 40 years. And they develop liver cirrhosis.
Oh.
But what happened is, because of vaccination effort, hepatitis B is becoming a sort of much less common condition nowadays for the younger people. Now, fatty liver has been on the rise since 1980. I think it was pretty much unknown during our grandparents' days. And then it started to rise now. Alcohol is actually ranked number 3. So people who drink alcohol, they are at risk of developing fatty liver disease. And it's a function of how much the person drinks. So if you drink just 1 or 2 glasses a day, usually this person will be fine, provided that he or she doesn't have any existing liver disease. But versus a person who drinks like half a bottle of whiskey every day, 1 bottle of wine daily, then this person risks of getting liver damage from the alcohol. In fact, it causes fatty liver as well. And resulting in liver cirrhosis is going to be higher than the person who just drink 1 or 2 glasses occasionally.
There, I would
Even
like to
with
say,
a pre-existing problem, right?
I would like to say hello to my friends Glenford and Kevin.
Oh.
See what I always say? We are drinking too much. Don't drink too much.
I love how he's pointing one finger, but everything it's okay.
No, they say I drink a lot because I drink every day, right? But I have like 1 drink. So sometimes I like a stout or wine or whatever, or maybe
That's
2
if
drinks
you don't
a day.
go out.
But then when I'm with them, that's it. It's 1 bottle of whiskey.
How often are you with them?
Maybe like 2, 3 times a week.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
probably 1 time too much.
I think I got to see you soon.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, exactly. So we have someone on our Facebook that has messaged in and is asking, is white stool caused by fatty liver?
What is white stool?
I have no idea.
Okay, so some people with a certain form of liver disorder or digestive tract disorder, their stool would no longer be brown, yellow, being a bit visual here. Their stool will actually be pale color. That usually is not due to fatty liver disease or liver cirrhosis. In fact, it usually signifies certain blockage within the liver system. So some types of piping system in the liver gets blocked. So there's a fluid called bile that's made by the liver. The bile makes our stool sort of have that normal color.
Right.
So if there's blockage of the bile fluid going down the digestive tract, the stool then becomes very pale whitish color.
So that could be a problem as well, right?
It is a symptom, and this person should visit a doctor.
Okay,
Right.
that's
if
not
it's
normal.
if it's regularly that color, lah. Because
Yes,
it could be like a one-off.
It's a one-off is fine, but consistently over a couple of days, or this person has other symptoms, they should visit a doctor. Yeah.
Doctor, you speak about alcohol, obesity, and stuff like that being factors for fatty liver. What about food? Does food affect it at all?
So basically, food, we have to think of it as a source of energy and nutrients for us. And fatty liver disease pretty much is about excessive delivery of energy to the liver. So for example, if you, during Chinese New Year, if you're pineapple tart fans, you eat like 10 pineapple tarts, you still have a regular meal, you're going to have a lot of energy going into your body that day. And those energy goes to the liver, and the liver cannot process the excess energy, and the energy turns into fat in the liver. So food is about what you eat and what type of calorie you're putting into your body.
So if you eat a lot of meat with fat as well, that's going to go straight to the liver.
Correct.
Wow.
Correct.
Then all the beef.
Exactly. Your beef, your bacon, your whatever, your pork.
So you can eat, but in moderation. Typically, doctors will say try not to eat red meat for more than 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Choose the lean part. Of course, it's not as tasty, but you have ways to cook it to make it tasty.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
So,
Yeah.
Wagyu, you want to have it maybe your birthday, your wife's birthday, your partner's birthday, whatever, right?
Once a year.
Once a blue moon.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Because
Yeah.
Wagyu is so fatty. I don't like
So
Wagyu.
rich.
I'm a
It's so-
tenderloin kind of guy.
It's so rich.
That's healthier.
I
okay?
like that.
So how do we know we have fatty liver? Maybe we can ask you that.
You just let the doctor press your tummy a little bit around the liver is on the right side.
Yeah, where exactly
it
is
actually
it?
spans across our upper abdomen, which is just below your ribs from the right all the way to the left.
In the middle.
It's a triangular shaped organ. So the bigger part of the triangle is on the right side, and that pointy part is on the
The
left,
left side. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Got it.
Oh, I see. Okay. We're going back on air. Stand by.
Kiss 92 traffic.
A couple of accidents to look out for on the SLE towards the BKE after Upper Thomson Road's exit. There's one there. Also on Tampines Avenue 2 near the junction of Tampines Street 23. Also another accident. And finally on the TPE towards the PIE before Pasir Ris Drive 12's exit, congestion all the way back to Pongal Road's exit. Avoid lane 2. The final accident that I have on my screen. If you see anything else, you can WhatsApp us 8855509020.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for this morning is Dr. Tan Poh Seng, gastroenterologist from Mount Elizabeth Hospital. And today we are asking the question, are you at risk at having fatty liver disease?
So, doctor, I was wondering, how would one know, besides all the alcoholism or drinking alcohol too much or being obese or eating fatty foods, how would one kind of know or feel like they may have fatty liver? What are the symptoms?
So it depends at what stage of the fatty liver disease this person has. So now, unfortunately, in early stage of fatty liver disease, there is no symptom. So people feel normal. So that's why a lot of people suffer liver damage over a long period of time without them knowing. And the only way for this big group of people is to actually undergo health screening to know that, if is their liver enzymes normal, do they have fatty liver on their ultrasound scan. That's the only way for them to figure this out. For the smaller group of people who unfortunately develop liver damage, liver scarring from fatty liver or other conditions, they may have symptoms such as feeling tired, they may get water retention, they may turn jaundice, which is yellow discoloration of the skin and eyes, sometimes even internal bleeding. So those patients would feel really unwell and they will turn up at the hospital and get the doctors to check out. Yeah.
Is there pain where the liver is?
So the liver, there is pain when like a cancer is growing in the liver. Otherwise, the liver generally do not cause much
Does
pain
not hurt, right?
unless there is a huge amount of what we call damage, inflammation that happens over a short period of time. The liver is swollen, then the person will feel discomfort and pain.
Oh, wow.
Oh
okay.
my goodness, I'm not looking forward to my
Your
my
checkup.
physical this year. Yes, I think a lot of damage, I think.
So we have a question that was WhatsApped in by TT. What actually causes fatty liver? Because as we age, our metabolism is not as good as when we were young. Is this one of the causes?
So actually, doctors and scientists were still exploring the exact mechanisms why people get fatty liver. Fatty liver has been known since about 1980. Now, what we understand now is that it's a situation in which our body has too much body fat, nutrients that come into our body in the form of food intake. And this excess calorie in the form of fat and sugars, when it gets to the liver, it overwhelms the liver ability to process these nutrients and energy, resulting in accumulation of abnormal liver fat. All right, and some of these, and not all liver fats are the same. There are some liver fats which are toxic, meaning that they damage the liver. So it's about excessive energy intake.
Okay, got it.
All right. So does exercise help?
Yes, very good question, a very good point. Now, exercise helps us to burn the energy. So if people exercise regularly, like what the MOH recommends, 150 minutes a week, then they are going to be protected against having fatty liver disease, diabetes, so on and so forth. So exercise is very key component of the treatment for fatty liver disease.
So keep moving. That's the most important
Yeah.
thing. Because if you're a couch potato and you eat a lot and you drink a lot and you do all these things that's unhealthy, then definitely I think you'll be
At risk.
of fatty liver disease. All right, let's continue to talk to Dr. Tan on The Big Show TV. It is 8:21.
Kiss 92 Time Check by Poo Tian. Enjoy fresh, tender and
What is the biggest misconception about fatty liver disease, Doctor?
So I think based on a survey done a few years ago in Singapore, we realized that actually about 75% of people, including those who are at risk of having fatty liver, do not think that they are at risk of having fatty liver disease.
Oh.
So I to me I think that's an issue because this 75% people, because there's no symptom from fatty liver disease, if they do not go and see doctor, they never know they have liver disease, and a proportion of them eventually the liver would become hardened, maybe 15-20 years later, and that's when it gets really tricky to treat this group of patients. And they're going to have a lot of issues from the liver hardening, liver failure, so on and so forth. Yeah.
So for someone with a generally good lifestyle, doesn't overly drink, eats well and stuff like, should we still go and get checked up?
So if this person is really healthy and there's no family history of liver problem, then I think it's fine.
No
of
need.
course, when you're about 40, still good to check your blood pressure,
Right, yep.
check the cholesterol, right? The group that I think should really go and get it checked to see whether they have fatty liver disease and associated problems would be those who are overweight, those who already have diabetes, high blood, high cholesterol, or family history of liver problem. They should go for a health screening to make sure that their liver is still all right.
Okay.
You said family history of liver
Yeah.
problem. So it's once again it could be hereditary. Or
Only through lifestyle or hereditary through genetics?
So family history is because number one, as I mentioned just now, hepatitis B is quite common during our grandparents' generation.
Yeah.
And hepatitis B, while it's not a genetic disease, it still can get transmitted down within like a family.
Yeah.
So sometimes we see cluster of family members having hepatitis B.
Right.
Secondly, we now believe that fatty liver disease, diabetes, there's that genetic component to it. So if our grandparents have diabetes, fatty liver, or liver condition, then we may be at risk of having it as well.
Okay.
So it's good to have it checked out if there's family history.
Because there's so many people who are listening in right now.
Yeah.
Perhaps maybe a family member has passed on because of liver cirrhosis or something like that. I don't want them to be overly concerned as well.
Or complacent as well.
because sometimes
yeah.
they feel like, just because a family member of mine has that, so it's going to happen to me as well, right?
So, doctor, you talk about fat, but you're speaking about like meat fat and oils and whatnot and sugars and all that. Good versus bad fat. Are all fats made equal? So if you get your source from a good source of fat, like your avocados and your olive oil and all that, is that better than getting it through?
Yes. So animal fats are generally saturated fat.
Yeah.
So that's the bad fat that tends to promote fatty liver disease, diabetes, overweight, obesity, so on and so forth. Whereas plant-based fat, they are usually polyunsaturated, so it's healthier. Things like olive oil, canola oil, that's high in omega-3. Those are good fat that you should use in your cooking. Of course, in moderation. Right?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So
Okay.
pork lard, confirm no.
It's tasty, but it's super high in saturated fat.
And cholesterol as well, right?
Yes.
How come somebody once told me it's actually okay?
No, who told you it's okay? It must have been KFC too. He'd be the only person that says pork fat is okay.
Yes. But everything in moderation.
Correct.
If I have like wonton mee or whatever, then there's a few
I must confess,
pieces.
once a blue moon, I would have my whatever Hokkien mee with the pork lard,
Lard,
right? But
yes.
it's really once a blue moon, right? So the rest of the time you eat healthy.
But still, you're a cool doctor who says that once in a while, you have it as well, Some doctors will say, nope.
Not
Zero.
at all. Yeah. We have Deming Lee who says, how does one address fatty liver in a targeted way, given that it is fat buildup around such a specific organ? Do you understand what he means by that?
So I think basically to lose that visceral fat, liver fat, is about getting your whole body fat down. right? Via
Not just, I think he's
Correct.
talking about just the fatty liver itself,
so
right? Yeah.
now we do have specific medication that targets fatty liver, but most doctors, we would not want to go down that route, especially initially. We usually give our patients 6 to 12 months to try the lifestyle method, right? Exercise, diet, because if one is able to lose about 7 to 10% of their body fat, and if they have fatty liver conditions, over 90% of them, their fatty liver will be okay or it will disappear.
Wow, okay.
So it's wonderful, right? So now, when this method fails, that's when doctors will start to talk about using medication to help patients to lose weight or specifically target the fatty liver disease.
So that answers a lot of people's question on our Facebook, because they're all like, can it be reversed and stuff like that. Salil has asked, does black coffee help in reducing fatty liver at all?
Okay, that's a great question. So basically, coffee is actually known to be beneficial to our liver.
Yeah.
All right. So whether it's black coffee or you have a bit of milk, the key idea is do not put too much sugar in your coffee. Right? You can have 1 cup, 2 cups, 3 cups a day. It has been shown that it is protective for your liver.
What about the milk though, the fat in the milk?
So you got to choose the healthier, low-fat milk.
Yeah, some
got
people
it.
think oat milk is very healthy. I hear it's actually not very healthy. There's a lot of sugar in oat milk.
So you got to check the label on your nutrient label.
exactly.
Yeah.
I think all of us should go and see Dr. Tan. Okay,
Mount
all of
Elizabeth
us should go and see Dr.
Hospital.
Tan. I think I should pay extra attention to
your liver.
my liver.
So since Glenn has said
We
that,
can go for a
doctor,
test, right? You can test and see if my liver is okay or is it too fatty or whatever.
Yes.
I
I
have
think
a-
better see you before it's too late.
I have a question. How important is our liver?
It is actually a vital organ. We cannot live without our liver. Unlike gallbladder, it's not a critical organ, but liver is actually an essential organ because it does 4 to 500 jobs for our body, right? It detoxifies, it controls our sugar, generate heat, etc., etc. So it is a critical organ.
So everything that you eat and consume goes there.
That's the first port of call. It goes there. It's like the immigration
There
department,
you
custom.
go.
It will clear.
There you go.
That's
only,
Angel, you got no liver, that's it, finish.
only the good
It's
people go
over.
into your liver. Should be going into your liver.
So, people who are, okay, let's go on here. Oh, this is going to be our last talk set. Okay. I've got so many things more to ask.
To meet you tonight, maybe we could go dance, get up off our feet. She said this life ain't forever. One song here together, then let's play it on repeat. We could dance all night.
Kiss 92 traffic.
On the KPE towards the ECP at the Buangkok Drive entrance, a vehicle has broken down. Also on the TPE towards the PIE before Sengkang's exit, another vehicle has broken down. If you're on the TPE traveling towards the PIE right before the Pasir Ris Drive 12 exit, look out for an accident vehicle taking up space in lane 2. And finally on Tampines Avenue 2 near the junction of Tampines Street 23, another accident. Let us know if you spot anything. 8855 0920.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. We have been speaking to Dr. Tan Poh Seng, gastroenterologist from Mount Elizabeth Hospital. Just like that, it's half an hour. Half an hour has gone by, doctor.
Good time flies.
Good time flies. We have a question from Alvin. Alvin and a couple of people have actually asked this. Does intermittent fasting help with fatty liver disease?
So intermittent fasting, if it's done correctly, actually helps us to lose weight, right? So I have some patients who try on intermittent fasting and manage to lose quite significant amount of weight. But not everyone can tolerate intermittent fasting because sometimes people get gastric pain, they got constipation, but they go on intermittent fasting. And also, that 8 hours or 6 hours when you eat during intermittent fasting, you gotta choose your food wisely. You cannot have 2 big plates of your char kway teow with extra pork lard, right? So you gotta choose the food carefully as well.
Okay.
I intermittent fast once a week, doctor.
Okay.
Every Monday.
Okay.
21 hours.
Okay.
So, yeah. At first, I did like 16 hours
Yeah.
and then I increased it, and I know my max now is 21 hours. But I feel like once a week of intermittent fasting is enough for me. I don't think I can do, more than that.
More than
Yeah,
that.
but I've since lost 8 kilograms.
Congratulations.
As a result of that.
Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know your
but
body,
still,
so-
I need to check my liver.
Yes,
With you.
he puts everything back in with alcohol. So
Okay, any last question from our listeners?
one more. Does a person who's had their gallbladder removed have a higher risk of getting fatty liver?
Okay, that's a great question. Now, I don't think there's any specific scientific data that says that a person whose gallbladder has been removed would become overweight, obese. In fact, sometimes with gallbladder surgery, after gallbladder surgery, the person may not be able to tolerate too much of a fatty meal because they get diarrhea. So in fact, I think actually it may help the person to lose the body fat.
Okay. All right. That's your answer, Eugene.
All right, so we all strive to have healthy livers. What advice do you have for Singaporeans before we let you go?
So I think don't be over alarmed by what I said today. But I think for those people who has risk factors, for example, if you have diabetes, you have high blood, high cholesterol, you're overweight, family history, I think a good idea to get your liver checked at some point in time, right? At your convenience, health screening, whatever, right? Just to make sure that your liver is in tip-top condition. There's no hidden liver condition that you are not aware.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you very much. We've been speaking to Dr. Tan Poh Seng, gastroenterologist. He is at Mount Elizabeth Hospital. So, if you want to get your liver checked, go look for Dr. Tan. Thank you so much, Dr. Tan.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Tan.
You've been listening to Uncover Invisible Health Threats. Are you missing the signs? Good Morning Doctor was brought to you by Mount.
Free entry for all from 7 p.m. Join us for a night filled with games, great food and drinks, plus free shuttle services to Harbourfront till 2:30 a.m. Register now at starhub.com/football carnival.
Kiss 92. All the great songs in one place. Kiss 92 traffic.
All right, in the CTE tunnel towards the AYE after Bukit Timah Road's exit, look out for a broken down vehicle. Also, at the junction of Lim Chu Kang Road, Lorong Rusuk, Murai Farmway Junction, look out because the traffic lights are not working there. Finally, on the KPE towards the ECP at the Buangkok Drive entrance, a vehicle has broken down. Wherever you are this morning, stay safe.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. All right, I'm so excited because, I know these people. We've been kind of working with them for the past, over 10 years, maybe close to 15 years, I understand. So this morning we have Roxy Pacific's Executive Director, Alicia Teo, as well as Priscilla Ng, Grand Mercure Roxy's General Manager. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Good morning, ladies.
Yeah, I was excited.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit more about this event. It's happening this Friday, right?
Oh, yes. So, when we saw it was raining today, we were very happy because hopefully it will rain out today and Friday will be clear skies. So we'll be having a car wash at the Grand Mercure Roxy Hotel at the front porch. So it's a charity fundraising for the company. We have been having this car wash for the past 15 years.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, we took a little short break during COVID for about 3 years. So, yeah, we're very excited. Everybody from the executive director level, HODs, as well as everybody in the hotel, as well as the headquarters will be out there washing cars.
Oh, right. Fantastic.
Actually, I first heard about this from Jennifer, your colleague. Jennifer, I wonder where she is. Jennifer Narcissus.
Yeah, Jennifer
somewhere.
Somewhere lurking. Yeah. So you mentioned charity. There's a charity element to this, right?
Yes.
Who is the charity?
So we are raising funds for the Roxy Foundation.
Okay.
So this foundation, our motto is sharing and caring for families. So very much the funds that we raise will go to low-income families as well as their children. So last year, our funds mainly went to about 180 children and giving them like a bursary of about $300.
Oh, that's great.
Yes,
okay.
correct. So as this year is our 15th year anniversary, we also have a dinner with Salvation Army at night where we have sponsored a ballroom for them to conduct a fundraising dinner as well.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Very generous.
Priscilla, tell us a little bit more about, you've been General Manager of Grand Mercure Roxy for how many years now?
5 years.
5 years.
Yes.
Okay. So what was your first impression when you experienced the charity car wash for the very first time? And who was the VIP on that occasion? Do you remember?
On that occasion, I dare not say the name yet because I'm not sure which one because every year we have a guest of honor.
Different guests of honor,
yes,
yeah.
and some of them are ministers,
yes.
and some of them are
MPs.
MPs. And all that. So when we have a first car wash, we actually start to learn the skill of washing.
Right. So you and your staff, you all pitch in.
Yes, of course. And then, of course, a lot of people were asking us, we're buying the car wash coupon from you. Is that washed by a pretty girls? Or
are they wearing shorts?
Oh, my goodness.
We cannot guarantee that.
Terrible.
Some of these people, mostly the guys who are
I'm sure that sounds like it would come out of your mouth as well.
Okay, let's continue to talk to Priscilla as well as Alicia on The Big Show TV. Up next, Damiano David. This is Voices on Kiss 92.
This is brand new. Here's a tune that's fresh.
Okay, so give us a few more details. Like, what time can people start going down to get their car wash? How do they get these coupons? Where do they buy them?
Yes, Friday, people.
This Friday. So
Friday. What time do you start?
10 o'clock in the
10
morning.
a.m.?
Yeah,
Okay,
10
until?
Until 5 p.m.
Until 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay, all
Or
right.
until the last car goes around there.
You can't really say no, right, to people?
In that sense. Yeah.
And how much is it to wash a car?
How much is it nowadays though? Because we
20.
20,
Yeah.
okay.
And I think we are still very reasonable.
Yes,
Yes.
we adjust for inflation every year, but then again, we keep it reasonable.
So you buy on the spot, right? Those coupons?
Yes, you could buy on the spot. Some people have already bought it already. We already pre-sold some coupons, but of course you can come down, buy on the spot, have a cup of coffee. Yeah, while
Nice.
waiting for the car
Oh,
to be washed.
okay. I always thought it was just cash.
Nowadays,
No,
how
Now
to
we
do
have
cash.
QR codes
Yeah.
now, so, yeah, we have improved with the years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 15-year event.
Okay.
Yeah, we
So-
have evolved.
So the vouchers, the vouchers will be sold basically when the car arrives, right? On that day, or are we talking about different vouchers here?
No,
vouchers that are
same
gonna-
vouchers, same
Yeah.
vouchers.
Okay, because I never knew there was a voucher element.
Yes,
to
correct. There's a coupon. So we
Okay.
have pre-sold some of these coupons, and we also have asked for some corporate sponsorship
Okay.
for the event. And on the site, we will be on the day itself selling coupons as well. So
Okay.
of course you can drive in
Yeah.
if you have not already purchased the coupon.
So once again, the voucher or the coupons are for the wash, and then there's also something else
You
were
can,
mentioning.
if you want, you don't want to get your car washed and you just want to donate, we have
Yeah.
a QR code where you can just make an outright
Oh,
donation.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was about to ask people to maybe go down to the hotel today to go and buy the coupons or
Yeah.
what. Can they do that in advance?
Yeah, they can do that. Yeah.
Anywhere else, online or anything else, or just at
Nah, just
on
at the
site?
hotel,
Okay,
on site,
all right.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Head down to the Grand Mercure Roxy and purchase the coupon, and then go to the coffee house and sit down and have a drink or have a snack or something.
So, how many members of your staff will be on the ground on Friday washing the cars?
Estimate about 100 of us.
Oh, then who's running the hotel?
No,
Nobody else. It's like it's closed
We're
for
on a
business.
shift. We're on a shift
Okay,
basis. Yeah.
100 of you guys. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think for head office it's about all 52 of us, but on different shifts. Then
Yeah.
the hotel has a separate manpower as well.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
See, it's so nice to have y'all in the studio talking about it. If not, whenever I go on air and I mention, I always feel like I'm not mentioning enough. I'm just
Yeah.
telling people, just go down to the hotel, on that particular day and,
Yeah.
and do the car wash. But at least now we know a little bit more about what happens on that day.
Well, it is raining today. It doesn't matter if it rains tomorrow as well. Let it rain out,
Let
and
it
then
rain.
people will
Yeah.
need to wash their cars on Friday morning or Friday.
Yes.
But
Except-
remember, this
yeah.
is even if your car is very clean,
Go.
just go on
It's for
down because
charity.
this is for a good cause.
Yes, it is. It is.
You know what I mean?
It's for the children.
Yeah, it's for the children. Once again, the beneficiaries are for people who are just tuning in right now.
So our motto, just to repeat, is on sharing and caring for families. So typically we will dedicate it to low-income families with children through bursaries. But it depends on what our discussions in the year on what we can use it for. Yeah,
Okay.
but mainly along these lines.
Do you have a target amount that you guys are trying to raise this year?
No, but typically what we'll do is that we'll raise whatever we can, and Roxy Pacific Holdings will also do a top up to try to make it a nice amount.
Okay,
like your
okay.
8,000. Like 80,888 kind of amount, like a nice amount to wrap it off.
Prosperous amount.
Like a prosperous amount.
Okay,
So
nice.
regardless of economy, we will top it up to a nice amount.
Nice, nice. Is there any website or anything that people can go to find out more about the car wash?
I don't think so.
No, nowhere?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, okay.
Yeah.
Alicia, that area there, you're talking about where you guys are going to be washing the car. This is the lobby of the hotel, you're saying?
The driveway.
It's
The
the driveway
driveway?
of the hotel.
So you
Yeah.
can't miss it.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. It's right in front of the MRT now with
Okay.
the Thomson East Coast line up.
Right.
So yeah, you really can't miss it.
And of
once
course,
you
you'll be
come out
washing
the
one car at a time, right?
Oh no, multiple.
Multiple.
cars.
Because there are lots of people on the ground, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
that driveway is going to be blocked out that day.
Yeah.
No, the business as usual for the
Yes,
hotel. So
correct.
there will be still buses and cars and
Yeah.
taxis passing. But all those cars that passing, we also try to stop
Throw
them.
water. Like, stop.
To get them to come in and get their vehicles washed as well.
And why wouldn't you, right? It's for a good cause.
This is no excuse. The whole of the East
should go down.
be there.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There will be people coming in from the other areas in Singapore and all that, but everybody in the East watching right now, and I know many people from the East are watching and listening to us right now. You guys who drive, no excuse. Make sure you go down to the Grand Mercure, okay? Roxy
Do you guys know who your guest of honor is this year yet?
Oh,
Are you
Priscilla?
allowed to announce
Yeah.
or not?
A few more days, shook hand, right?
Great. I'm sure it's out there somewhere.
Yeah, G all over.
Oh,
already.
yeah. Who's your guest?
Mr. Goh Pei Ming,
Yes.
our new MP.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
If you want your car to be washed by MP, yeah.
Oh,
please
there
come down
you
and
go.
Go what again?
Go
Go.
pay me.
Go Pei Ming.
Yeah.
Go pay
Pei
me.
Ming,
If his
yes.
name was Go Pay Me, it would be perfect. Come
let
down,
him
go
know
pay
that.
me, then
Yeah.
we'll pay the.
Yeah, we'll let him know that.
I gotta meet this guy. I've not, first time hearing
Car
his
wash.
name actually.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. But Friday we are very busy.
This
on
is
Friday.
true as well.
That's the thing. Every year, I say I want to go down and get my car washed up, but something always comes up. Always.
Yeah.
You see,
Timing.
this Friday
Yes.
or so, last minute, something came up. See?
We do have
and
something
we have to go down for that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, but I will contribute.
Sure, no problem.
I will.
think-
I will send some money to Jennifer to get me some coupons.
Coupons.
Oh, Jennifer just did a fist pump over
Yes.
there.
Yes. No, better still. I have cash. Always got cash in my wallet. I pass you the cash. Okay, $20 a car wash. Is it? I give you
20,
more
yeah.
Yeah, need to be more.
for my friends and all that. Maybe they can make it, maybe they can't, but I think it's for a good cause. So once again, make sure you're at the Grand Mercure Roxy, okay, on Friday, beginning at 10 a.m. It goes on till 5 p.m.
If people can't physically go, can they still make that payment and donation to you guys? Is there any way at all? No? If you can't go?
Very good question. I think we will explore that next
Yeah.
year to see if it's possible to put it on the website.
Or even on your Instagram or wherever it is, you know?
because it's so simple now,
Yeah,
right?
now it's just
Yeah.
QR code, scan and go,
Okay,
right?
Yeah, I think we have time. Maybe we could
Yeah.
do that up before
On your
the event.
Instagram or something, yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
That's a very good
Or I
suggestion.
volunteer my
Yeah.
handphone number, just pay now me. Okay, maybe not. No.
I don't think that's a good
That
idea.
was just
Yeah.
a joke. All right. Okay, we're gonna go back on air in just a little while.
So remember, it's happening this Friday, starting at 10 a.m. Grand Mercure Roxy Hotel, Singapore. Right? Buy a coupon, get your car wash for the weekend, and contribute to a charity and a
Yeah.
good cause at the same time.
Since we're here, so what's Grand Mercure Roxy up to these days?
Yeah. Tell us a little bit more
tell us a
about
little
the
bit more
space.
about what's happening, the food that you guys are serving,
The restaurants
y'all
that
got
you
a
have.
nice nyonya food there
Yeah,
as well.
so Glenn has been long time never visited us.
The last time I was there was for my godmother's 80th birthday. We got the whole ballroom for that
Okay.
one. Yeah, that was awesome. Oh my goodness, one of my best parties was there at the Grand Mercure Roxy. My godma's
80th.
Yeah, we got Vernon Cornelius to perform.
Oh,
So we were dancing all evening. You know, Eurasians, what to do? We like a good time.
So what's the name of the restaurant?
Feast Asia.
Okay.
So it's a buffet restaurant. So we serve breakfast buffet, lunch, and dinner. And our signature dish, of course, you can't miss it. The laksa.
Oh.
Yeah, the best laksa in Singapore.
Extra lemak.
In Singapore, nice. Bold statement.
Yeah.
So if you're going for your car wash, after that you can park the car there and go and have lunch there as well.
Yes,
right?
yes. All are welcome. And,
I forget the laksa got ham.
no, but you can add prawns.
Oh, okay. I'm only asking now because the doctor just left.
Yeah. Talking about fatty liver as well.
Awesome. What else is what else is happening at the hotel? Any
And,
other things happening?
Of course, we have our Chinese restaurant, Jiawei.
Okay.
Jiawei restaurant. We're serving Chinese, Cantonese cuisine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
we'll go on air and we'll just talk a little bit about the hotel, so let people know a little bit more.
Yeah.
Nueva, y'all. Bad Bunny right here on Kiss 92. All the great songs in one place. You laugh at me every time
Always.
How do you pronounce it then?
I can't see from here, but every time you try and do Spanish, you're like you massacre it.
Nueva, y'all.
Bad Bunny would be proud.
Okay, our guest for this morning are Alicia Teo, Roxy Pacific's Executive Director, as well as Priscilla Ng, Grand Mercure Roxy's General Manager, and we're here to talk about their annual charity car wash, which takes place this coming Friday at the driveway of the Grand Mercure Roxy Hotel. All right, it's starting at 10 a.m.
That's right,
and it ends at
$20.
5 p.m.
In the driveway, $20 per coupon. If you haven't bought your coupons, you can go there on the day itself and just pay now them.
Yes.
Very easy. Tell us a little bit, Priscilla. You are the general manager of the hotel you have been for the past 5 years. What are the offerings in terms of dining at the hotel?
We have our membership.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have a Roxy Dining membership.
Oh, nice.
So,
What does that give you?
you just have to pay $80 to join as a member.
Okay.
And that lasts you for a year. But this $80 is a credit that you can actually use it on your next visit to any of our F&B outlets.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Yeah.
that's handy.
And of
Okay.
course, the whole of the East Coast goes to the Grand Mercure Roxy for the world famous Nyonya Fair, especially the laksa, as we mentioned
And
earlier
the
on.
durian pengat. Don't
And-
forget it.
Oh, yeah, that's
there
right.
you go.
Yeah, that's my mom's favorite. And then you've got a very nice Chinese restaurant there as well.
Yes, there's a Chawei restaurant, Chinese restaurant. And now we actually even offer a wedding in a Chawei restaurant. But you have to book, of course, way ahead.
Of course, yeah.
So there are times that we allow people to book the whole restaurant for a wedding, which is a bit more cozy, not the traditional ballroom type that
Everyone does.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you want something different, cozy with friends and family, so yeah, come by
Okay.
and take a look. Yeah.
It's
The
all
Grand
happening.
Mercure Roxy, good on the inside and the outside. So they want to see you on the outside on Friday, okay? Driveway of the Grand Mercure Roxy Hotel. It's their annual charity car wash happening from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And as I said, you're living in the East, you drive. Make sure you be there, okay?
No
$20
excuses.
a car wash. Thank you very much so much. Thank you so much, Priscilla. Thank you so much, Alicia. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so much. Thanks
Thank
for having
you.
us. Yeah.